When you're working on your artwork in Photoshop, you'll often find that when you have more than one panel out, you're eventually going to run out of real estate on your screen. Let me go ahead and just expand some of these guys out so we can give you an example of what I'm talking about here. I'm going to just pull this out, and I'll take the layers panel out, and I'll pull that over here. And eventually what's going to happen is, well, you have all your tools out, but you have no ability to see your artwork. And that's a pretty dramatic example of what I'm talking about, but let me go ahead and put that back, and I'll go ahead and just close that up. What if you want to really maximize your real estate? Well, that's what screen modes are going to do for you, and they're located right down here, and you can also access them by simply hitting the F key on the keyboard a couple of times. Let's go ahead and talk about them. First of all, the first screen mode that we normally use when we're in Photoshop, and especially on the Mac, was simply standard screen mode. Now, this was before the new version, which we have now. People on a Macintosh had to deal with Photoshop like this, where you can see your desktop, and it was not fun because I never liked that feeling. I never felt like I was in an application. I was, hovering on top of something, and now I really am appreciative of the new screen modes. But why would you use the standard screen mode? This mode is where you're going to go when you want to drag and drop images into one another, so you can see your images are laid out next to each other. For example, I can grab this pillow texture, and with my move tool here, what I can do is click and drag this right on into this new piece of artwork. And then when I go to layers, I see that I have this artwork here, and I can hide it, and I can see the other one underneath it. So that's the main reason you would probably want to use this mode when you want to drag and drop images from one image into another. So that is the standard screen mode. Now I'm in maximize screen mode, and what we have now is a complete enclosure. We are now no longer able to see the desktop. And the cool thing about this mode, by the way, is if I right click, or if I'm on a one mouse button kind of thing with a Macintosh, what I can do is control click to get this contextual menu, and I can change the color here. So I can choose gray, I can choose custom, and I can go to black. So you can change this background here for your document window. Another cool thing you can do is you can go to full screen mode with menu bar, so you have even more real estate, and you still have the menu bar up here. And what you can do as well is go all the way out to full screen mode, and you have no menu bar. So this is where you're really going to have a mastery of your shortcut keys to get to the tools that you want if they're up here. Of course, at any time you can always hit F to go back, or just go to this menu to go back to the mode that you want to work in. Normally I'm in full screen mode with menu bar. Also, what I can do to hide the tools is I can hit the tab key on the keyboard, and that gives me 1,000,000,000% real estate so I can work on my document. And I can also hit Shift tab, and when I do that, I only hide the tools on this side. So once again, folks, you can really work in all kinds of ways. Now, you'll notice that when I put my mouse all the way to the edge here, and I move it again, those tools go away. So you still have access to your tools if you really want to work in a maximize mode here. So you have several screen modes that will help you to maximize your working area, also known as real estate. And they're all are very valuable, especially the standard mode when you want to start building your composites. You can drag and drop everything when you need it, and then press F again to go ahead and start to assemble your composition.